All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome to PLG Show, Politics, Leadership and Governance. My name is Rita Kering Tibet. It is a pleasure to have you on board. Remember, you can talk to us. Our studio number is 0746-999-841. Feel free to talk to us via text, call, or WhatsApp, or you can also engage with us via our social media platforms. That is Facebook, Maisha TV Kenya, Instagram, Maisha TV Kenya, X, formerly Twitter, Maisha TV KE, and Instagram is Maisha TV KE. Today, I'm privileged to have two honorable guests talking about the chairman, Ng-Cdf Navakholo constituency, Mr. Kennedy Ngabo Barasa, and chairman Nambale CDF constituency, that is Mr. Philip Okwara. Karibuni sana. All right, let me start with Mr. Philip Okwara. Just an introduction and hi to our viewers.
Thank you very much. My names are Philip Okwara Osangir from Nambale constituency. So I come from Kapina area of Pedur, and my ward is Bohaya North, Walachi.
All right, to you, Ng-Cdf Chair, Navakholo constituency.
Thank you very much, Ebet. My name is Kennedy Ngabo Barasa, and all viewers, I'm very much privileged to be here in this studio, at least to share a few words here and there. Thank you very much.
All right, so Mr. Kennedy Barasa and Mr. Philip Okwara are here in the studio today to help you, our viewer, be it from Navakholo constituency, Nambale constituency, all other constituencies that you are watching us from. They are here to enable you to know more about Ng-Cdf and what Ng-Cdf is doing in your constituency, and some of the projects that maybe you're not aware that the Ng-Cdf is supposed to do for you or is doing for you. Let me start again with you, Mr. Philip Okwara. Kindly name to us and to Nambale residents, what is Nambale Ng-Cdf doing to them right now, the moment, in some of the projects that you've done?
Yeah, for us in Nambale constituency, we are really humbled because we have to ensure that the residents of Nambale constituency receive the development that we give them. But before we give those developments, we have to prepare them by synthesizing them. That is to say, we have to create what we call a public participation in every ward. We go around the wards so that we gather the residents, we give them the highlights, so that maybe if it comes to bursary, we highlight them on that through public participation. Then after that, we now bring the forms, whereby they will now have to do what? To fill the forms. And these forms, they don't need to walk very far to look for the forms. We have created parliamentary satellite offices nearer the Wananchi, so that they come to those satellite parliamentary, they pick the forms, they take the forms to fill, and then they look for the administration, that is the assistant chiefs or the chiefs, where the form requires them to be certified. So that is exactly what we do.
All right, maybe apart from education,
yes,
which most of Kenyans know is the work of Ng-Cdf.
Yes.
What else has Nambale CDF done?
Apart from that, we also look at the security in our constituency. We ensure that while the residents are comfortable, that means we have to ensure the security through the assistant chiefs, through the chiefs, through the ACCs, and then through the police. And therefore, what we have done on the security is to empower them by giving them, by constructing those offices. Now, like for now, we have at least constructed offices in Lupida, a police post. We have constructed one in Malanga, whereby we are creating a police post there, and many other areas we are doing that. especially on the security.
All right, now to you, Mr. Ngabo. Kindly highlight to us and to the Navakholo constituency residents, what has Navakholo Ng-Cdf office done for the past 2 years, more than 2 years, and some of the projects that are ongoing?
Okay, thank you, Jebet, and all the viewers. For Navakholo constituency, we've been able to respond to the demands of the Wananchi through public participation as they were brought to us by through proposals. Navakholo constituency is a constituency of 5 wards. So we've got across all our development distributed equally in these 5 wards. To begin with, when we were still under Lurambi, we had very little infrastructure in terms of schools and in terms of security facilities. Today, as I'm speaking, we've been able to do a number of infrastructure in schools. More specifically, in secondary schools, Mheshimiwa has been able to put up close to 7-story building in secondary schools. That is, each ward has been given a story building to appear to be very fair and impartial in our distribution. Currently, Mheshimiwa has now shifted from high schools to primary schools because all the infrastructure and the development issues are being centered in primary schools, courtesy of this new curriculum program of secondary schools, primary schools. So under this new curriculum, Mheshimiwa has planned to put up story buildings also in primary schools, which become centers of junior secondary schools and grade 9 also. To be very much specific, if you go to Muhuni Primary School, which is our very first piloting primary school to get a Gorofa, the Gorofa is being done. In fact, it's on the roofing stage. He's also proposing to do that in a central ward. He will move to Bunyala West Ward. He's also going to put there a story building. Our mode of operation, we want to satisfy our Wananchi equally by giving the small we have, but every ward at least to fill it. We are also doing security. Initially, we just had one police station, which has become a headquarter of our security in Navakholo. But currently, as I'm speaking, Mheshimiwa has decentralized. We're having a police station in Makunga with an OCS. It's very well built, staffed. There are those houses. Today, Mheshimiwa, in his program, we are putting up a very big police station in the headquarters, because the one that hosted the HQ was still a very small one. So in our budget, we are doing a station of close to 13 million, which is going to serve all other departments of the security in terms of police. The district headquarters, we were operating under a very small section, but courtesy Ng-Cdf, we bought land. Mheshimiwa sourced funds from the Ministry of Interior. We've put up a complex story office for the DCC and all other departments inclusive. So this team will operate under one unit. In terms of electricity, it's a program that is ongoing, which has been a thorn in the flesh in Mheshimiwa's program, but we thank God through his intervention and everything through his office, Mheshimiwa has been able to secure 46 transformers for his constituency. And that one is going to serve close to 4,973 beneficiaries with electricity. So Jebet, come mid next year, if you work in Navakholo, you will have gone to a very big town that you never imagined it was in that village. Besides those security and infrastructure, also the CDF office, because as you grow the sub-county, the constituency, you also grow the wards that are becoming the divisions. So in these divisions, we've been able to put up a divisional headquarter in Bunyala West at Kaunda Market. We've bought a land, we've put up an office that is ongoing almost through, and the security police houses, we bought land and we have also put up those houses. Go to Bunyala East. Bunyala East, we have also done the same at Lutaso. We have put up a building, we've bought land, and we have constructed. So that all these officers that we are posted in our sub-county are having somewhere to operate. Go to Eshilakwe, which is in Gotsematia Ward, which is a division. There is also another one. So generally, Ng-Cdf has assisted in decentralizing the functions of security almost in every ward. Back to schools, there's it's always said, learning without play makes Jack a dull boy. So here, schools have made requests for mobile learning, and these mobile classrooms are transformed into school buses. As I'm speaking, we've been able to purchase close to 8 buses. Each ward has a bus, so that at least in every school, a school of good performance that has been identified in each ward has gotten a bus. So we have 8 buses in the constituency. So that one shows CDF is also trying to run that area very, very, very effectively. I just don't want to stop there, because actually what you are asking is very pertinent, and this is what people need to understand, so that when they make the scores of our MPs, and I think this one is cutting across, so that when we are making the score sheets of our MPs, we don't beat around the bush. We try to score where they have done it correctly. I want to believe there's this border training. You know, when border industry came into in this Kenya of ours, our boys, our riders, they just went to the road minus licenses. I'm very happy to say that in Navakholo, we've trained close to 100,000 riders, fully sponsored by the Ng-Cdf. And I think this one, as we share with our fellow other constituencies, they're also doing the same. So this is courtesy of improving the skills of our young men, which has become an employment industry, by empowering them with the correct papers to run that industry.
Back to you, CDF Nambale Chair. I understand that also Nambale CDF has done a lot in constructing classrooms for schools like in Sierra Girls, if I'm not wrong, and Nambale Township. Maybe kindly, if you could highlight some of those.
That is a very major projects that the MP has brought to Nambale constituency. We looked at the space of land in our schools. We find that it is very minimal. And we wise that we go upwards, that is by constructing storage buildings. Like in Nambale, we have 4 wards, and as I'm speaking now, the construction is going on. We have Luanyange construction going on for that secondary school. We shall have administration block complete. We shall have a library and a laboratory. Then we go up for 4 classes. We come to Nambale Urban Primary, which is now carrying the major project in Nambale constituency, whereby we have partnered with the Safaricom Foundation, where we the CDF are giving 40 million, and the Safaricom Foundation is giving 15. As I'm talking now, that project is on majorly, and I'm sure your team went there and saw, and it is up to, we are giving them around 8 weeks, so that at least we realize something from there. So we come to Luanika, and that is in Navakholo East. Luanika, it is on completion, the storage is in completion, and then we go to Sierra, that is in Navakholo North, the only girls' school in that area, whereby Mwesimiwa has started to wise that school should be developed so that it becomes a modern boarding school, so that every ward should be proud of a boarding school. Yeah.
All right, such a good job being done there by Ng-Cdf officers out there. We are taking a short commercial break. A lot to talk about on matters Ng-Cdf. Do you know what the Ng-Cdf office is doing in your constituency? Then you'll be able to know all that, because I have two chairs who will be able to highlight to you as a resident of that constituency. I'm Rida Ng-Cdf. We're taking a short commercial break. We'll be right back.
Get fresh, gotta get fresh.
Down is a boom boom pow, down is boom boom pow. Smells by na uchafuzi na zipita improve down it. Protect nguo zangu na dukia niko safi. Lazima niwe fresh na down is boom boom pow. Boom boom pow, down is boom boom pow. Smells zote na vi boom boom pow. Powerful freshness, down is boom boom pow.
Maisha Prime News.
You deserve to know true and false. Furthermore, you are the most important person, not only to you, but to us.
With the incredible Reader Ng-Cdf for bold, educative information news bulletin.
I research, explore, authenticate, and prepare adequately and sufficiently.
Get the whole story Monday to Thursday at 8 p.m. Kenya's biggest accountability and politics show.
Bottom up is a perspective of the neo-Marxist economist.
Senator Moses Masika Wetangula would give more trouble to Junet after
Politics, leadership, and governance brings you the hottest debates.
Go to school to study things that were created by school dropouts. Does it not beat your logic?
Refreshed and splendid cutting-edge interviews on trending topics.
that a 2 kg flour is more expensive than a sufria for cooking ugali.
Every Thursday at 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. Join the Maisha Television's Reader Ng-Cdf for PLG, where every opinion counts.
My name is Bushabi Jr.
He is on a mission to give you what's drifting.
It's Sabina Chege who gave Raila Odinga viatu.
Akamwambia kupandia
Some sneakers akasema hii ni ya kupanda mlima.
Get ready for an exciting top editor show, The Drift.
You're welcome to The Drift
with Maisha Television's Bushabi Jr. at 7 p.m. on Monday.
Learn on the best way and dare to kneel and ask the most corrupt question in the world to a lady.
Will you marry me?
Don't miss out on Kenya's all-time big current affairs entertaining TV program.
And as usual, I'm not alone. I'm hanging out with this gorgeous lady seated next.
Carrying all top trending stories in Kenya and beyond.
This is your shensi. I am a doctor of medicine. I don't know what you are.
The Drift at 7 p.m. on Monday.
This is the place where it all happens. The stories that continue to change our country.
And at present, we have got one student who is now at a BBC World Service working.
These are the faces we see.
Business studies.
Is Madame Susi Masaba.
Walter Panusu Usono, Shem Milembo.
The voices we hear.
Glad you're tuned in. You're still tuned in to Maisha TV now every day here on Maisha Prime News. We air feature from different schools across the country
that have revolutionized society through education. This is who we are. One channel. one bulletin. Masomo News Live. Join us every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. for Masomo News Live, exclusive to Maisha TV.
We are winding up. I'd just like your opinion on High Court that the Ng-Cdf is unconstitutional and how it will impact the common mwananchi and the constituencies in general.
Yeah. If this one is affected, it will have a big negative impact on the community, and therefore we appeal that the government or the legal department should not rush to stop it, because the communities will suffer a great deal, and therefore we feel that we have to secure our communities by allowing this CDF to continue, as their children will be prospering from the bursary, and the other infrastructure will also be carried on by the CDF department.
Can I add something?
All right.
Yeah, thank you. I also want to add something towards as concerns the court ruling about CDF. Honestly speaking, when Kenya got independence, it was fighting close to three big enemies: education, poverty, and I think disease. Today, as we are speaking, how many years down the line, Kenyan independence?
About 60 years.
60 something.
60 something years.
You cannot imagine, at 60 something years after independence, there are still some homes that have never taken a child through a high school. And it is practical. Until when our late president, rest in peace, Honorable Mwai Kibaki, when he thought of the idea of CDF to come and support these vulnerable families, that's now when we started getting, like in every home you go, you can get somebody in a high school.
Yeah.
So today, if we want to do away with the Ng-Cdf that has put like everybody on the same platform, people are meeting in classrooms because of support of the Ng-Cdf. Then it means we are reverting back to the 1950 something when that problem was with us. So my appeal is those people who are not having goodwill for Ng-Cdf, and I don't think this is the government. These are civil societies, people who have their own intentions that are not made clear to us. Also to come up and create their own kitty. If they created their own kitty and supported these students from vulnerable families, we could say yes, let us do away with Ng-Cdf. But they are petitioning Ng-Cdf in courts, yet they have no kitty to support these particular vulnerable families. Then we are doing a lot of injustice. We are quite inhuman for these very poor families that also should come up and feel they're in a very independent state. So my opinion would be, and I would still say, kindly, if there are gaps in the formation of Ng-Cdf, let those people petitioning Ng-Cdf point out the gaps. Then ask the relevant authorities to work on those gaps so that the Ng-Cdf should continue and support this poor family to come and also live in the world that the rest are living. Yeah, that's my view on the court issue about Ng-Cdf.
All right. As we wind up this conversation, there's the issue of corruption. Corruption is one of the biggest challenge when it comes to public funds. Let me start with Nambale constituency. As Nambale constituency, what are some of the measures that you put in place to ensure no single cent is misused?
Yeah. First and foremost, our staff that is managing the funds, starting from the fund manager, is somebody who's so capable. And when we come now to the accountants that are handling the funds, we ensure that every cent is purely utilized without any cent to be out of what is supposed to be done. And therefore, records have revealed through through audit reports have shown that we have been very keen on the public funds in the CDF, such that every cent is utilized according to the law.
All right. To you, Mr. Ngabo, what has Navakholo constituency done to ensure that no single cent public funds is misused?
Thank you very much. One, before you spend any fund, you have to spend on a very specific agenda that the fund was given. So we are adhering to the authority to incur expense and the GOT list. The GOT list as given to us from the CDF board. We are very much open. We are having the internal auditors. These internal auditors, they come around also to gauge, see what we are doing, if it is in line with what is given by the GOT list. Where we might be not getting the facts very well, they give guidance. And that guidance, we adhere to it to give direction on how to spend our money. Number two, we also do our own checks through the monitoring and evaluation. The monitoring and evaluation element is a very key element in our establishment as Ng-Cdf, because this is the team that is having the PQ, the proposal, and the project itself. So if anything goes wrong, they are able to identify it, then bring it as an alarm, and then we interject and see what is going on. Number three, procurement. You see, when you don't procure very well, you don't spend very well. So we adhere to the procurement procedures, get the right contractors, capacity contractors. These capacity contractors, we only pay them for the work done, not paying them upfront. So that you do your work, come and ask for payment for the work done. Otherwise, you do the payment upfront, automatically you will pay somebody, that person will run away with the money paid, and no work shall be done. Above all, we are guided by the ethics of the office ethics. That is chapter 6. All these members of the Ng-Cdf are chapter 6 compliant. So we have to respect the chapter 6 that we are being vetted with to take care of the resources vested upon us. Thank you.
All right. I think we've come to the end of this conversation. Thank you so much, Mr. Philip, for making time. And thank you so much, Mr. Kennedy, for making time. Perhaps maybe if you have any closing remarks as we wind up this conversation. Let me start from my far end.
I feel that we are honored, though we are two, but we have made a plea that we shall incorporate all these other constituencies. We feel we are honored such that we appear in this show, so that when it is related outside there, it will actually make our people to realize that the constituencies are not dormant, but there are other avenues whereby we can at least make sure that they will know what is going on in the constituencies. I want to thank the Maisha TV for actually bringing us from the hall to the light, so that when these certificates will be put on the wall and anybody comes, the public comes, at least they will realize that there's work going on in these offices. I want to thank you very much, and I want to welcome you once more to come and even come to the staff, come to the other departments like the manager, so that it becomes a complete whatever. I will also appeal that at one time you go to the Parliamentary Service Commission offices so that you get to know exactly what the agenda of the MP from those offices there. Thank you very much.
All right, we'll put that into consideration.
Yes.
Mr. Ngabo, signing out.
Thank you. As a parting shot from me, first of all, let me appreciate the Maisha TV for thinking it widely to defend the plea of the common mwananchi by bringing the Ng-Cdf discussion here live. Because this one tells the world where it's pinching and what can be done. Number two, you are talking to us as the chairman, as the managers of the teams down there. I would also request that you find time, you also bring our own area MPs in this studio so that they can also come and articulate their issues through Maisha. We've seen Maisha to be very much effective. It has no biasness.
No.
So if you consider also bringing our MPs on board so that they can also tell the public what they are doing, it will be very, 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 very good. Much ado, we want to say we cannot take this one for granted. This is a case of its own kind, but still come down to where we work. And we would wish that if time allows for you to look different from others, you can also look for a partnership of documenting what we do. Yes, so that you document, and in every office they go, they see the documentation is by Maisha TV. That will be the best way to market this station and also to market our work as we do it down there. Otherwise, I don't have much to say.
All right. Asanteni sana. Thank you so much for making time.
Yes.
And we will surely we'll ensure that you, our viewer, you are able to know what your area members of parliament are doing, what the Ng-Cdf officers are doing through documenting each and every process, each and every development being done in your constituency. My name is Rida Kering-Chebet. Thank you so much for being with us. We've come to the end. Bye-bye for now. Enjoy the rest of your viewing.
The Nambale CDF committee is dedicated to ensuring that the residents of Nambale constituency receive the development previously promised by the Member of Parliament Hon Geoffrey Mulanya.
Kwa majina ninaitwa Philip Okwara Osamir. Nimetoka Kapina. I'm representing Bohai North. Okstoko Walachi. Kama sehemu ya ubunge ya vidogo kwa sababu Nambale imegawanyishwa mara 4. Tuko na Central, tuko na Township, tuko na Bohio East na tuko na Bohio North stroke Walachi. Kwa hivyo natoka upande wa Bohio North stroke Walachi.
In an interview with Maisha TV, Mr. Philip Okwara, the chairperson of the Nambale CDF, expressed gratitude to MP Mulanya for his commitment to advancing development in Nambale sub-county, particularly in education, security, water and infrastructure.
Mbunge wetu Mheshimiwa Geoffrey Mulanya ni yule ambayo sisi wananchi wa Nambale constituency tulionelea anafaa aende bunge kuwatetea sisi kimaendeleo. Tunashukuru sana kwa sababu wananchi walikuwa na imani na yeye na akazoa kura zote na akaenda bunge. Vile alikuwa kwa bunge, ameona ya kwamba Nambale constituency iwe na maendeleo, na katika Ng-Cdf ametupigania, pesa inakuja. Kwa mara ya kwanza tuligawa mambo ya CDF, pesa ya CDF kwa njia karibu mara 4. Tuliweka elimu mbele, tuliweka mambo ya usalama, tukaweka mambo ya maji, alafu tukaweka pia mambo ya barabara ili wananchi wapate barabara ya kutembelea vizuri.
To date, education support has been significantly enhanced through the provision of bursaries to schools throughout the sub-county.
Majivuno yetu iko kwa upande wa elimu. Tuliweka maanane ya kwamba wanafunzi wapate bursary ambayo inawezesha hawa kusoma ili baadaye wakuje wafanye maendeleo katika eneo hili ya bunge. Kwa hivyo tuliweza kupatia bursaries all over, kwa sababu tuliona wananchi wako na shida kidogo kwa upande wa pesa, na basi hapo tukaweza kutenga pesa ya bursary, alafu tukapeana wananchi bursary kupitia kwa watoto yao kwa mashule. Na wananchi baada ya hiyo walifurahia, kwa sababu hakukuwa na mtoto yeyote ambao sisi tuliwacha. Tulionelea kwamba kila mtoto afaidike kwa hii bursary.
Security measures have also improved, with police officers assigned to offices in every ward.
Mbali na bursaries, tukaonelea, kwa sababu tunaongea mambo ya usalama, tukaonelea kwamba maofisa wetu wa utawala kama assistant chiefs na chiefs pia wajengewe maofisi ambao watakuwa wakihudumia wananchi katika eneo hili ya bunge ya Nambale. Na kwa hivyo kwa kila ward tumejaribu kuhakikisha ya kwamba maofisi ya assistant chiefs na chiefs tumejenga. Hata zingine ndio bado tunaendelea kukamilisha, na kwa wards ine yote tuko na hizo maofisi, na usalama kwa watu wanafurahia, kwa sababu wanaweza kufikia mtawala na wanaweza kutatua shida zao. Pia tunaangalia mambo ya maofisi ya askari, kama kwa mfano kule Lupida tumenunua shamba ambalo tunaenda kujenga ofisi ya askari kama police post. Hapa Malanga tumeweka ofisi, hata saizi imekamilika, ambaye maaskari wataishi. Kwa hivyo tuliangalia hiyo ili watu wetu wasitembee kutoka pengine sehemu mbali kukuja hapa Nambale kutafuta huduma, na hali sisi tumemaliza kufanya nini? Kuwajengea maofisi.
Some of which are already operational, while others are under construction.
Kule Kapina kuna ofisi ya assistant chief, Lupida kuna ofisi ya chief, na police post ya Lupida tumejenga. Hapa Msokoto tumekuwa na ofisi ya ACC tumejengea. Alafu pia tumejenga ofisi ya assistant chief ambayo imekamilika. Na hapa upande wa township kuna maofisi. Hapa kwa DC kuna ofisi ya chief na kuna ofisi ya assistant chief, sehemu ambayo inaitwa Siakuna. Tumejenga hizo maofisi. Kwa jumla upande wa usalama watu wanafurahia, kwa sababu kila ward iko na at least na mradi kama ofisi ya utawala. Kwa hivyo wananchi wanafurahia sana kuhakikisha kwamba hawa pia wanakumbuka kwa upande wa usalama.
In terms of roads and infrastructure, the office has made substantial progress in maintaining existing roads and constructing new ones to facilitate transportation within and beyond the region.
Kwa upande ya njia, baadhi ya wanakomiti ambao mheshimiwa alileta kwa ofisi kumsaidia kwa kazi kwa komiti, kuna baadhi ya wale ambao wako katika sehemu za mabarabara kama Kera, upande wa Kera. Kwa hivyo hawa wanahakikisha ya kwamba mabarabara zetu katika eneo bunge la Nambale iko katika hali nzuri, na kwa hivyo hizo mabarabara hata saa hii nikizungumza watu wanafurahia kwa sababu mabarabara zimelimwa na hata madaraja tunajenga, tunahakikisha ya kwamba usafiri iko katika hali nzuri. Kwa upande wa maji tunaona ya kwamba mashule zetu inaweza kufaidika kwa sababu ya kupata hizi tanks ya kuhifadhi maji, ambapo wanaweza kuwasaidia, na sehemu zingine tunachimbia mashule maji ili watoto wetu wapate maji ambaye inaweza kuwasaidia katika maisha yao, kwa sababu maji ni uhai.
Furthermore, the committee is actively working to ensure that every ward benefits from the MP's initiatives, including partnership with organizations like Safaricom.
Mpango zetu katika Ng-Cdf ni kuhakikisha ya kwamba kila sehemu ya Nambale inafurahia maendeleo ya Mheshimiwa Mulanya. Na Mulanya anafanya juu chini kuhakikisha ya kwamba kila sehemu inapata maendeleo. Kwa hivyo kwa sasa tumejaribu kwa upande ya miradi sana kwa upande ya mashule. Mheshimiwa amehakikisha ya kwamba kila ward imepata shule ya gorofa, yani mjengo ya gorofa. Nikihesabu kule Luanyange in Buhayo Central, gorofa inaendelea saisi ambaye inashika administration block, inashika madarasa. Alafu ukikuja hapa na township utakuta ya kwamba kuna mradi mkubwa hapa ambaye inachukua inagharimu shilingi milioni 55, ambapo tutajenga administration block chini, alafu tunainua juu madarasa ine mpaka ifike juu karibu madarasa 12. Hiyo tumeungana na watu wa Safaricom Foundation. Sisi kama partners tunaanza na shilingi milioni 40 na Safaricom Foundation itamalizia na 15 milioni. Hiyo yote italeta pesa kiwango cha shilingi milioni 55. Kule East tuko na mradi karibu 2, ile ya Sikinga multipurpose hall, alafu tuko na Luanika ambaye ni dormitory ya wasichana inaendelea kuisha, na tukiruka juu kule Buhayo North tuko na shule yetu ya wasichana inaitwa Sierra. Hata saa hii nikiongea wanafunga sasa ile nini ya slab ikiendelea juu. Kwa hivyo hiyo tutakuwa naye tunakuwa na administration, tunakuwa na library, tutakuwa na laboratory, na tunapanda juu na madarasa 4 huko juu.
The head teacher of Nambale Urban Primary School acknowledged the MP's office for his assistance in improving the school's infrastructure, which has positively impacted educational outcomes.
Kwa majina mimi naitwa Godfrey Mtanyi, mwalimu mkuu wa Nambale Urban Primary School. Nimekuwa hapa kama mwalimu mkuu takriban miaka 10. Hii shule nikija hapa ilikuwa ndio inafanya vizuri kwa mtihani, lakini hasa kwa mitihani ya kitaifa nafikiri ndio shule ya pili kwa eneo hili la ubunge la Nambale, na ni shule ambayo kwa wanafunzi wale ambao tunasajili kufanya mtihani wa kitaifa ina watoto wengi sana. Kama mwaka jana KCP tulikuwa na wanafunzi 223 na wote wakafanya mtihani vizuri. Tukakuwa na karibu wanafunzi 20 ambao walijiunga na shule za kitaifa. Miongoni mwao kuna wanafunzi 2 ambao walipata alama 400 kwenda juu, na wengine wakafanya bora zaidi. Kwa upande wa vifaa halisi, infrastructure, shule hii imekuwa na changamoto. Idadi ya wanafunzi ambao tuko nao hapa ni karibu 1700 na vifaa vingine ambavyo vya masomo, hasa tulikuwa tunakosa mahali pazuri pa walimu kuandaa kazi yao. Kuna madarasa ambayo yamekuweko mabovu, na tukaasiliana na ofisi ya CDF na kupitia kwa mheshimiwa wetu wa Nambale Bwana Geoffrey Mulanya. Hii shule kuna sehemu ya paa ambalo lilikuja likabebwa na upepo, na tukapelekea, akachukua jukumu mwenyewe, akakuja akajionea na akatuahidi ya kwamba ataimarisha vifaa halisi hapa shuleni. Kwa wakati huu ninapozungumza, kuna jengo ambalo limeanza, mwenyewe alikuja hapa tarehe 6 kulizindua miongoni mwa wadau wengine, na wameanza kujenga hili jengo ambalo ni ghorofa ambalo litakuwa na madarasa 8 kwa wanafunzi, na chini kutakuwa na mahali pa mwalimu mkuu, walimu wasaidizi au walimu waandamizi, na hata naibu wa mwalimu mkuu watakuwa na mahali pa kufanya kazi bora. Kwa niaba ya jamii au community ya Nambale Urban Primary School, mimi nachukua fursa hii hasa kumshukuru mbunge wetu Bwana Mulanya kwa kupitia kwa CDF na M-Pesa Foundation kufadhili hii shule kwa karibu shilingi milioni 55 ambazo ziko hapa, ambazo zinatumika kwa kujenga ile jengo ambalo tunazungumzia la ghorofa.
Notably, Elwanyika Girls High School has received a new story building, and Sikinga Mixed Secondary School has benefited from a multi-purpose hall funded by the Ng-Cdf.
Mimi naitwa Rosemary Savalawere, ni principal wa hii shule, na shule yetu inaitwa St. Francis Sikinga Secondary School. St. Francis Sikinga Secondary School ni sub-county school, purely day school, mixed boys and girls. It is a school that is in Nambale constituency, and the school is doing well. The school was established about 16 years ago through the help of the national government, CDF. And over the years, we've seen the enrollment of the school increase. Up to now, we have 450 students, that is combined both girls. We have classes by the CDF and other donors like the World Bank, CDTF, and so on. One of the notable infrastructure that the CDF has put up through Mheshimiwa Mulanya is our multipurpose hall. It is one of its own kind. It's up to date, so modern, very well built. We're only waiting to equip it, but if you look at it, it is something to say thumbs up to our member of parliament. It's an envy. In fact, now sub-county activities like music festival, drama festival are being held in our school because of the availability of that hall.
Antonio Sundwa, Maisha TV.